content creation, a job that's very desirable and attainable for most people. A lot of people want to be content creators. The prospect of doing something that you love, like playing games, ranting, critiquing, eating, and gooning, and getting a fat check from YouTube every month for it is just too good to give up. Since a lot of kids like myself were born off of YouTube creators like Smosh and Tobuscus and Venturian Tail, God rest its soul. But yeah, since a lot of kids were born off of creators like that, it gave life to a new generation of kids who want to be content creators. A lot of kids lose this spark over time because they want to do other things, obviously, but me personally, my love for content creation never went anywhere. I remember the day I made my channel, October 13th, 2017. I can tell you the details of that day almost word for word, bar for bar. It was a Friday and I just got out of school. And I remember around this time, a lot of my friends started doing YouTube channels and getting like crazy subscribers at the time. I used to think that these guys were like the next Logan Paul out here besides the...
I really hate to say this. I think there's someone hanging.
I remember one of my friends named Chris had like 40 or 35 subscribers and I thought he was like really the shit, bro. I was like, bro, 40 subscribers? Yo, you're basically the next Logan Paul, bro. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, that's around the time with the Disney Channel flow thing, Logan Paul, Roblox Galaxy Raps. Oh my gosh, 2017, 2018, 2016 was so fire. That's a video for that's a video for another day. Video for another day, bro. So I remember my grandmother was coming down to my house for a while, basically to babysit me or whatever, and since I didn't have a phone at the time, she would be the only person who can cannonball me to internet and YouTube fame. Like, I immediately started to bug her to bring her laptop to the house so I can use it to make videos. She finally came over and thank God she brought the laptop with her. This was a very old Windows Vista laptop that she had since like 2013, and this thing practically raised me throughout most of my childhood. Don't ask me why we had a Windows Vista laptop in 2017. Don't even ask, okay? When I was a kid, I don't know why, I was usually just playing on old things, okay? I had an Xbox 360 after the Xbox One came out, and I used to play that religiously. Then there was the Game Boy Advance my cousin used to own, and I used to play that religiously too. I had a childhood DSi and I was playing on that all the way up to 2019, okay? That should show you how many old things I've grown up with, and I think that's why I like old tech so much. But whatever, let's go back to the laptop already. I remember the night I made the channel, and I called it something stupid. I wanted to sound edgy and cool to my friends, so I picked on one of those XX usernames that were really popular during the time. You know, like back in 2017 where people had like these XX usernames everywhere. Like they'd have XX cool boy, cool girl, XX, and that's their name. That was me, okay? I remember I changed this username really quickly. Unfortunately, I don't think I have any archives of my original YouTube name. I thought I did, but I searched top and bottom. I can't find it. But I remember I named it something stupid like XX Kamani 2K112 underscore XX dab or something. I know specifically I put dab in the username, okay? I put dab somewhere because it's 2017, okay? You can't look at me crazy. The night of me setting up my YouTube channel had me thinking I was Tony Stark, bro. I'm over here sitting on my dining room table thinking that I'm fucking Steve Jobs making Apple computers in a garage. And then a week later, for some reason, I made my first ever video. It was a terrible Windows Vista Movie Maker video, but ever since then, I've been hooked on YouTube. I'm a complete addict to making content. It's basically my diary at this point because there's so many eras and stages and phases on this channel, okay, that personally meant something to me, and honestly, that makes me smile ear to ear, okay? But recently, more and more people are becoming content creators, and a lot of people are questioning why people want to become content creators more than ever now. Besides it being dirt easy and requiring no skills or degrees other than you being, a little bit tech savvy, well, I think it has to do a little bit with Gen Z's financial issues and just things not being enough anymore. Surprise! A lot of us have financial issues.
As of 2023, 10.5 million teens and adults aged 13 to 27, or 16% of Gen Z, live in poverty, the highest of any generation except Alpha. Things are so bad that Bank of America recently discovered 46% of Gen Z adults need financial assistance from their family to stay afloat. And it's not because they're lazy. Most of them are working full-time, and a significant chunk of them are working more than one job. In fact, 53% of Gen Z have a side hustle on top of their full-time job just to make ends meet.
The economy is fucked nowadays, and I'm not the only one realizing how expensive things are getting. To housing, to groceries, to basic entertainment, the price of things are getting higher and higher and higher, and normal wages are staying the exact same. And mostly Gen Z adults and some millennials are taking the spanking for it. For the love of God! Stay away from AMC. Don't step near an AMC unless it's Tuesday. Don't go near it. I remember one time, it was like December of last year, and a couple of my friends wanted to come see Sonic 3 with me. Thank God one of my friends paid for his own ticket, but my other friend, nah, I had to pay for his. So I was like, alright, I'm gonna be a W man, so I'm gonna pay for my ticket and his ticket and some popcorn, because why not? When I'm checking out online, because I like buying movie tickets virtually online instead of paying for it physically in person, that's just how I roll, I'm thinking, hey, it has to be like, I don't know, $30 or $20, because that's how much I paid for my tickets in the past. Got to the checkout, and I looked at a hefty price of $40. I just looked at the screen. Nigga, I am a broke high school student at the time. Barely even $200 to my name. Not to mention popcorn coming around with the movie. Jesus Christ. I remember stepping out of that movie theater, spending like $50 or $60. I've never felt so violated before in my life. It's like getting kicked in the balls, bro. It just doesn't feel good at all. I hate spending that much money for anything, let alone a movie. And in that moment I realized, like, wow, I really gotta get my life together, bro. Oh my gosh. And then I realized, wow, like more than half of my generation doesn't have their life together either. Everything is turning into a subscription nowadays. Don't get me started on CapCut Pro. Do not get me started on CapCut Pro. Now listen, this is a joke. This is a joke. I am not anti-Semitic in any way. I love Jewish people. I live near them. I love everyone. I don't care where you come from or what you look like. But who else would you know would be charging me to export in 1080p? And who else would you know would be charging me to extract audio from videos? It can only be one group of people. Listen, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say their name. I'm not gonna say their name. But I'm just saying, it can only be one group of people, right? Right? And then I was thinking, okay, fine. Obviously, CapCut wants me to support them, so I'm gonna look to see how much a pro subscription is. Tell me why a CapCut Pro subscription is $19.99 a month. You see, now I know why people become terrorists, okay? I understand it now. So not only am I paying for so many subscriptions, but I can be paying for a subscription and still get ads, and get ads all the time sometimes. Like, I'm just gonna bring up Netflix real quick. So let me get this straight. I'm paying you a bill every single month. Yep, to watch content on your streaming platform. Yep, so I shouldn't be getting ads on the platform because I'm paying you directly. That makes sense to me. So stop giving me ads. Sorry, but Netflix has no plans on taking away ads for lower subscription tiers in the future. Also, fuck you, AI ads. If you want that to change, you're gonna have to pay $17.99 for our standard subscription tier. Companies are becoming greedier than ever, especially CapCut. Man, I'm still not over CapCut. It's like every single time I check up on CapCut, they make another bad decision. With prices like the housing market going up and up, and seeing some people pay $2K a month for a studio apartment, bro, if that was me, I would have pulled a Kurt Cobain so quickly. You see, now I see why people want to do content creation more and more as a side hustle. It's too hard to live out here. And it doesn't help that most jobs right now require a college degree. So let's do the math. We have rising prices in almost everything, and it's projected to get worse soon. A bunch of Gen Z people getting into the workforce and realizing that they're living paycheck to paycheck, and most jobs requiring college degrees. So what's one job right now that has basically unlimited earning potential with no college degree required, and you only need to be computer literate and pay for basic equipment? All these combinations lead to a huge amount of people wanting to do content, and trust me, they'll do anything for that content gold. For a fat minute, we've been in this new era of content creation, where it's streaming, podcasts, YouTube videos. All of these genres have gave birth to a new era of content creation. Obviously, this isn't new. People have been humiliating themselves for money and views for years. But the art of rage baiting and clip farming for money became very popular around 2020 to like 2021. I think the first person that I actually personally experienced doing this rage baiting clip farming thing was like Lisa Gaming Roblox. Trust me, if you were my age in 2019 and 2020 and you were into Roblox, you knew who this was, okay? But ever since these new streamers started to come along, this became even more popular. Adin Ross, Speed, Neon, Jack Dorothy? I still don't got his name locked in, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Basically any quote-unquote unfiltered podcast, Andrew Tate, AMP's brand is built off of clip farming, for Christ's sake. Dabo, basically any mainstream streamer nowadays use this tactic to get as much views as possible. But this leads to them doing and saying morally questionable things or just straight up making a fool out of themselves. Like Dabo's situation is hilarious, sad, and successful as hell on top of everything. Obviously Dabo isn't the most attractive Negro out there, okay? And eventually his fan base noticed and started making memes about how ugly he is, and Dabo took this and ran. This caused him to be even more successful than he already was. But now whenever somebody hears his name, they don't think about Dabo as a creator, they just think about how butt ugly this guy is. I'm not saying he's butt ugly, okay? I'm not. I mean, he's just the average person to me, okay? And it's mostly bad angles, okay? Get Dabo in a good angle with some good lighting, and he'll probably look passable. And even though this became successful for him in the long run, it caused people in real life to start harassing him. Like that one time where he got caught in Chipotle by this little ass kid and was getting pressed hard. I don't know about you, but a nigga like me don't play about my Chipotle. I would have pulled a DaBaby so fast and flatlined a nigga right on them forks, bro. And even people pulled up on him and his girl with guns while he was driving. Bro, it gets to a point, bro. Over a chopped meme? Another instance of people trying to clip farm at the worst moments is Jack, I'm not even gonna say his last name, and him crashing a $200,000 sports car. And the craziest part from this crash is instead of him trying to help his friend out who's obviously injured and gushing out red substances from his head, okay? He's like, yo bro, record this. Actually, record with this. Actually, record with both of them, bro. Record with both of them. Like, bro, what? How far will you guys go for the bit? And I'm not saying that all clip farming is bad. There are some good examples of clip farming, like AMP's Little Firework War back in 2023 summer. I'm just saying, how far will you guys go for the bit? And also, I never really got people supporting people who are really only in this profession for the money. Like Adin Ross is the perfect example of somebody being in the game for the money and only the money. Like, you guys remember the time where he just openly said that he scammed his fans with a crypto coin? How crazy is that, bro? Imagine you having your own personal haircut inside of your office space, your room. And then while you're doing that on stream, you're like, hey guys, remember that coin I promoted to you guys, said it's all real, this, that, and the fourth? Man, y'all shouldn't have bought that, man. That was a scam, bro. I told y'all after I promoted it to you. That's a scam, bro. Man, I may have promoted it, made my bag, and got out of there, but man, you guys just really shouldn't have bought that coin, bro. I did make a bag off of it, though. That's crazy. I don't know, bro. He just constantly just comes off as a privileged douchebag with nothing going on. He's obviously not in it for the content and only in it for the money that the content can bring in. Obviously, there's nothing wrong for wanting money from the content, but it gets to a point where if you keep on wanting this money like mentality, it's gonna make you do stupid decisions that mess up with your fan base. And he's done it with the little MILF token thing. He's done it before. You guys remember that time where he tried to get that Charlie Kirk girl, you know, the smiling Charlie Kirk girl thing, to go on stream to debate with somebody. That somebody was Nick Fuentes. Yes, that Nick Fuentes, the notorious white supremacist, homophobe, and misogynist. Yes, he is the "Can a nigga live" guy. That's him. It's him. That's the guy. And when this girl declined, because obviously, what's the point of getting on stream to debate with somebody like Nick Fuentes? Adin Ross offered her $20K, and then she still declined. So what did Adin Ross do? Oh, he must have been respectful and been like, man, I understand where you're coming from. Obviously, that's why you don't want to debate with him. That's okay. He's calling her ugly on stream, and that she'd fall off, and how she has armpit hair. Wow, it's very mature of you, Adin. Wow.
No, for several reasons, but the biggest one is that he's a white supremacist. You engage in a debate with the leader of a hate group. You are legitimizing that as a perspective that should be considered. How am I supposed to have a debate with someone who openly idolizes Adolf Hitler? No, but you can't just hate people for no reason and expect me to normalize that. Number two is his fans got really excited about it. Why did they get really excited about it? Because they're a hate group. And what does a hate group need? Something and someone to hate. So essentially, I was being paid $20,000 to provide entertainment for a bunch of Hell no. And then number three is I think it's kind of hilarious that Adin Ross tried to pay a girl $20,000 to talk to him. She still said no. That's just funny. You guys get advice from him? Jesus Christ. That's kind of my take on it. I just didn't want to. It's just gross. I don't want anything to do with that.
Now, I thought she laid out some very good points, because to be honest with you, oftentimes in these conversations, they're not taken seriously. We've seen these things before. It's just another opportunity for other people to get their clips off, another place and space for people to make content about serious topics that should probably be taken more seriously. Now, ultimately, whether you wanted her to come on there or not, she declined in a very civilized manner. She didn't say anything disgusting. She didn't go too hard. She actually turned it down in a very, very, very polite manner. So naturally, Adin Ross would meet her with the same level of respect, right?
And then number three is I think it's kind of hilarious that Adin Ross tried to pay a girl $20,000 to talk to him.
You look like you need the money. Look, I don't know how long this Jubilee hype is gonna, it's gonna eventually wear off. I'm telling you what's gonna happen. I offered you $20,000. I make 10x, 15x just from having you and Nick do it, just from that one specific stream. So you're basically like my little, you're like my little content slut for the day, and I get to make a lot of money off of you. I think it's a win-win, but I think you fucked up by saying no, because when your little shit wears off, this little hype that you have, this feminist hype, I was being so polite, professional towards you, despite you looking like an alien. And it's crazy. These people, you want to say something like that Adin Ross had to pay $20,000 to talk to a girl. You're not even a girl to me. I mean, look at this fucking animal. Look at this. This is just fucking disgusting. You have armpit hair. A regular man is not having sex with this, nor being attracted to this. I'm sorry. Nobody's having sex with you for the right reasons, at least. I'm sorry, if a girl ever looks at me, this way, in a sexual way, with armpit hair like this, it's fucking disgusting. It's fucking disgusting, man. I'm sorry.
Wow, so she's genuinely repulsive to Adin, but it's not repulsive to stream corn to his audience of mostly kids. Yeah, cool story, bro. And please don't tell me you guys forgot about those god-awful insecure podcasts in 2023 where everyone tried to be some sort of shock jock podcaster who didn't think like everyone else and went against the crowd. And it's just a group of the saddest people you'll ever meet in your entire life. And somehow these guys keep on trying to wiggle their way back in the public eye, and all I gotta say is, it's not 2023 anymore, bro. Nobody took you guys seriously then, and nobody's taking you guys seriously now. Come on, bro. Andrew Wilson is probably one of the most pathetic and worst clip farmers I've ever seen in my entire life. He's just downright deplorable. All I gotta show you is that one time he tried to justify grape, and that's it, bro. That's all I gotta show you.
I guess you could make the case that grape is bad for certain people. For certain people.
No, it's bad for everyone.
No, it's only bad for certain people. Here, there's women, you agree, who have orgasm during SA. Is it logically possible that there's ever been a woman who's been SA'd who'd enjoyed it?
What the fuck?
Your Honor, I rest my case. This is where I came up with the 3 commandments of modern content creation. Number 1, be as controversial as possible for clicks and money. Number 2, play a character 24/7 and never be real with your fans. Because the moment you stop trying to clip farm is when you start to see the money dry up, bro. Tap in. Number 3, be homophobic and red-pilled and invite Nazis on your stream, because why not? Let's just do it. If you follow those 3 steps and post them on TikTok and Instagram Reels, or better yet, get a group of people to do it for you, you're guaranteed at least 6 figures every 2 months, bro. The chase to become viral is to sacrifice your dignity and integrity to your fans. And even if you achieve this virality that you're looking for, you can always get caught up doing something that you're not supposed to. Creeps have been a staple on YouTube. You can't go a couple months without hearing about another predator, bro. 2024 was literally the year of the predators, for Christ's sake. That's when we got some hard-hitting allegations on multiple creators in the past, like Dr. Disrespect being exposed for being a predator. Then we had Chris Tyson. It's kinda nerve-wracking that it's hard for some people to stay away from teenagers, bro. Like, if I'm not wrong, wasn't EDP445 exposed like 3 times? Once by Cold Raven or something, then the iconic Cupcake Sting, and then by Gideon? How many times is this guy gonna get exposed? How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? A lot of really great up-and-coming content creators messed themselves up by this forbidden fruit. But we've seen some people get back from these concrete allegations like nothing happened. Like, I already talked about T. Nichols and how his fans completely downplayed and lied about his actions, and how T. Nichols presumably purposely went along with the misinformation. But let me sum it up. Last year, T. Nichols got exposed for grooming someone. He knew this girl was groomed before by an ex-mod of his when she was 15 or 16. So that must mean that he's known about her since she was like 15 or 16. And around when she was 16 or 17, he began to talk dirty to her. Fully knowing about her traumatic past and knowing it was wrong and how it doesn't look good at all, but he did it anyways. But fast forward now, T. Nichols is now loved again, and apparently the grooming wasn't that bad, because it's whatever, I guess. All I gotta say is, if you gotta lie to defend T. Nichols that he was 19 instead of him being actually 20, which he was, and he stated that he was 20, then he's probably not innocent. And also, T. Nichols is a scumbag for letting misinformation about this knowingly run rampant. And also, did you guys realize that Dr. Disrespect just made videos again like nothing happened? It's crazy that these people can do some crazy ass deplorable shit and just come back like nothing happened. And then have people quote unquote forgive them like they were the ones getting groomed. Bro, fuck you! I'm so happy that at least one of these freaks' lives are ruined forever. And I think that EDP445 is the one that deserved to be ruined the most, cause who the fuck says shit like this?
Oh my god, EDP, like she's 14, like she's 15, motherfucker, I don't give a fuck, nigga, if the bitch is 1. Motherfucker, like, ain't shit free in this motherfucker.
But all in all, these people give content creation the worst rap. You know it's bad when there's an entire stereotype that most Minecraft YouTubers become predators. But of course, these people don't define most creators, and there's a lot of small creators rising up. Because of the prospect of becoming a content creator sounds exciting, small creators have been popping up more and more lately. And also because of YouTube pushing a new algorithm that's more personalized towards you than ever. You start to see more and more small creators because of that. That's one thing YouTube is doing right, I guess. And honestly, I have nothing bad to say about small content creators trying to make their way up. It's great that people want to better themselves and, you know, start a new hobby like content creation. I never got people discouraging smaller YouTubers, cause you're essentially just discouraging people doing something that brings them joy. And on top of that, you're acting like not a good portion of Gen Z isn't doing this. You walk up to some random person born in 2000 to the present, most likely they've started a YouTube channel at least once. Unless we're fucking born in North Korea or something, I don't know. Wait, why am I saying small YouTuber like I'm not a small YouTuber? Man, whatever, just keep going. What I don't get is this whole cenat situation. Going off topic, but Streamer University is probably one of the coolest things I've seen a bigger content creator or a bigger streamer do, period. For the content creation space, of course. Like, come on, we have people out here like Mr. Beast curing people's blindness. Like, come on. And for some reason, when Kai announced it, he got hate from all corners. I don't know why. Like, I do understand dropping out of a actual university for a streamer university, you know, a thing that's only lasting for a weekend, you know, for streaming, one of the hardest forms of content creation to get into is the stupidest thing ever. I'm just gonna say it. Getting big off of Twitch and Twitch alone is basically impossible. But calling Kaya out of all big content creators and streamers for being disingenuous and fake, that's just wrong. Like, flat out wrong. Kai plays a character, obviously, where he's loud and obnoxious and annoying, but people act like that's the only thing Kai does. But Kai has multiple clips of him being genuine and showing genuine emotion to his audience. When we have other streamers like Adin Ross who will openly scam you and say that they scammed you, but somehow Kai cenat, the person who gives away things. But Kai cenat, the person who tried to give away PS5s in New York. The person who's trying to give a bunch of creators more of a platform. The person who gave away $10,000 day one of Streamer University is fake? I've officially seen it all, bro. Niggas are actually mad at him for playing a character when 99% of content creators do the exact same thing. In conclusion, I think that everybody should be doing content creation. It's just such a fun hobby, a fun pastime to do, and it makes me happy. Alright? So take care of yourself. Okay? I'm gonna go now. It really didn't plan out a conclusion for this. I don't have a script for this part of the video. Do drugs.